Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways the plans the ministry has for the construction of the 3.5-kilometer Bibiani bypass, which starts from Mill Junction and ends at Motor Junction.
Yes, Honorable Minister. Honourable Member, put your microphone off.
Mr. Speaker, there's currently no program on the road mentioned by my colleague, but the plan is for engineering studies and cost estimates to be prepared for the construction of the bypass to reduce congestion on the main road for consideration subject to availability of funds.
Any supplementary question?
Right, Honorable Speaker, this bypass is needed for the sole reason of easing traffic congestion.
Member, the supplementary question is not about whether it is needed or not needed.
Yes,
ask
I
supplementary
just want to
question.
ask the minister whether he can, because he's saying that there's no funds, if he can replace it with traffic lights, I think it will serve the same purpose.
I intend not to allow the Honourable Minister to ask that question. Do you have any further supplementary question?
No, we are praying that
Thank you very much. We'll move to question number 661. Standing in the name of Ida Ajoa Asedu, Ayensuano, Member of Parliament. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways the urgent steps his ministry is undertaking to construct the broken bridge in the Amanase in Asuboi in Ayensuano constituency. Hey.
Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the broken culvert connects the inhabitants of Akorabo, Amanase, and its environs to the Amanase market. It is located in the Ayensuano district of the Eastern region. Currently, there are no programs scheduled for this road. Future program is an engineering studies and cost estimate have been carried out for a proposed structure subject to the availability of funds.
Yes, Honourable Minister, any supplementary question?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For now, I have no any supplementary question.
Thank you very much. Question number 581, standing in the name of Francis Asenso Boachi, Member of Parliament for Bantaman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 92 and seek your leave to step down that question because the Member of Parliament explains that time lapse has improved on the conditions of that trip.
Very well.
Thank you.
Question accordingly withdrawn by the leave of the Speaker and the leave of the House. We then move to question number 582. Standing in the name of Kwame Anyimedu Entry, Member of Parliament for Ashanti Akim Central.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 88.3 to ask your permission to ask the question on behalf of the Member of Parliament for Ashanti Akim Central. I have his authority to ask the question.
I'm ready to grant leave, but not permission.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I accordingly seek your leave.
Very well.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I would like to ask the Minister for Road and Highways when the trenches beside the main road at Konongo to Kumasi Road would be covered to guarantee safety of passengers. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, on a lighter note, I prepared an answer for Honorable Asenso Boachi, but he decided to not ask the question. I hope this settles
Honorable
the issue.
Minister,
I hope
once
this
the
settles
question
the
is
issue
withdrawn,
about the Kumasi,
the
Accra
answer
Kumasi
is for you.
Expressway.
Once the question is withdrawn, the answer is for you.
But I prepared the answer, so I would have wished to read the answer for the public. But
The rules,
in your direction, I'll pick the answer.
the answer is for you.
I'll put the answer in his pigeonhole.
Very well.
Mr. Speaker, the background. The Konongo-Kumasi stretch is a key segment of the N6, National Route 6, Accra-Kumasi Trunk Road, carrying heavy national and interregional passenger and freight traffic. The road embankment washed out was brought to the attention of the supervision team during the rehabilitation of the Apedra Ejisu Road, Lot 1, rehabilitation of Ejisu Konongo Dadieso Nkoko section. That's 90.10 kilometers. Currently, Mr. Speaker, there are no programs planned for this section of the road. Engineering studies and cost estimate are being carried out currently on the road for consideration subject to availability of funds. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Mr. Speaker, I respectfully note.
Thank you very much. Honourable Minister for Roads and Highways, thank you very, very much for attending upon the House to respond to the questions. You are hereby accordingly discharged.
Hey, welcome back, or if it's your first time here.
Honourable members, the Honourable Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs is scheduled to also respond to some questions. May I humbly ask him to take the designated seat as I call on Honourable Dr. Abel Tete Nyakote, Member of Parliament for Ilo Krobo, to ask the question numbered 199. The Honourable Member is not in. I will therefore call on the Minister to call on the clerks to transmit the answer as published in the answer to him. We move to question number 313, standing in the name of Professor Kinsley Nyako, Member of Parliament for Kwadaso. Honourable Member, you have the floor.
Honourable Yarega, good afternoon. Mr. Speaker, I would like to ask the Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs the total number of churches in the country and the number of them that are registered. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the PNDC Law 221, 1989, the Religious Bodies Registration Law, required churches and religious groups to register with the state. It was controversial but set the foundation for regulating religious institutions. The Religious Bodies Registration Law 1989, PNDC Law 221, was intended to regulate the establishment of churches and religious bodies in Ghana. The key provisions of the law were as follows. No person could establish a religious body without provisional approval from the Religious Affairs Committee. Provisional approval lasted up to 3 months and could be renewed subject to conditions. Religious bodies had to register with the Ministry of Interior and to be recognized. This caused controversy with many churches opposing the law, arguing that it infringed on freedom of religion and gave the government excessive control over religious practice. Mr. Speaker, today churches are registered as companies limited by guarantee with the Registrar General Department, and this gives them legal recognition, the ability to own property and protection under Ghanaian law. However, the Registrar General's Department does not publish a single definite number for all churches registered. Regional data and surveys show that thousands of churches are in the country, including about 2,200 churches registered in Greater Accra alone as of 2025, with 98.1% being single-owner operations and the rest affiliated to larger brands of churches. Extrapolating this one nationwide, it certainly states that several thousands of churches are in the country, but not officially consolidated. Mr. Speaker, instead of registration count, the Ghana Statistical Service monitors and tracks religious affiliations of the population. The 2021 population and housing census indicate that there are about 71.2% of Ghanaians who identify themselves as Christians. And this spread across Catholic, Protestants, Pentecostal or charismatic churches, and other Christian denominations, confirming the extent of church presence. That's about 31.6% are Pentecostal or charismatic, 18.4% are Protestants, 10% of the population are Catholics, and 11.2% belonging to the other Christian denominations. Mr. Speaker, to ensure the provision of accurate data on churches in the near future, the ministry will establish the following. 1, a formal collaboration with the Registrar General Department and the Office of the Attorney General and the Ministry of Justice to create a data sharing agreement with the Registrar General Department for assessing records of churches registered as companies limited by guarantee. Within the local governance structure, the metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies will maintain local registers of churches operating within their jurisdictional areas. And finally, we will consider the development of a digital registry system that will serve as a centralized platform for churches to update their operational status. This system will be linked to the Registrar General Department system for verification. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Yes. Any supplementary?
Mr. Speaker, I would like to highly commend the Honorable Minister for this comprehensive responses to this very important and relevant question. Looking at your plans to ensure that we have a database and also the data registry, I want to find out from you, when do you intend starting these important interventions to get the accurate number of churches in the country? Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, as I stated, earlier when the PNDC law was enacted, it was controversial because religious bodies felt that there was going to be government interference in them. But now looking at this question, it has become important that we are able to identify and know the number of churches in the country. And looking at where the question is coming from, it tells us that the collective wisdom of this People's Representative August House is that we must and we should know the number of churches that we have in the country. That being the case, Mr. Speaker, I will have to engage on 3 things. The Interior Ministry has a role to play, and the Attorney General has a role to play. In that regard, if I stand here today and say by June, it is not that I'm going to consult with colleague ministers. Their availability is also part of the question. So I'll plead with my honorable colleague that fine, it's better we begin this year, but to give a definite date that by June or by October we will be concluding with this. Digital registry system involves cost, and therefore it needs proper planning and collaboration. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes. Any further supplementary question?
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank him for the answers, and I'm done. waiting for the one on the mosque. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Vincent Akwa Asafwa.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to commend the Minister for Local Government for embracing digitalization. And in instances like this, one of the challenges that you are going to face is the issue of compliance. Compliance. How are you going to enforce compliance with respect to the churches in terms of the registration on the digital system? Compliance is going to be an issue. How are you going to enforce compliance? Thank you.
Honorable Member, I think the Minister has answered the question, raising an issue about the difficulty complying with the PNDC law on the fact that the churches came together to say that the Constitution guarantees freedom of religion. Therefore, compliance with the law will give government control over the churches. That has clearly been stated by the Minister. So if you have another question, you may do so.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the guidance. But I was very specific. I was very specific in the sense that in terms of digital registration, there is going to be an issue with respect to compliance. I am not talking about compliance in generality. As part of his third strategy, he said that he is going to ensure that the churches are going to register by way of digital registration. And I am asking him a specific question. When it comes to the digital registration...
Once you are asking a specific question, file a specific question.
It is flowing from his answer.
Honourable members, the question is very clear. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to ask of the Minister for Local Governance if it is not possible to help us establish the numbers, if it is not possible to engage the municipal district assemblies to conduct a manual check on these figures. Thank you very much.
Right, Honourable Minister, I think this is a suggestion for you that you should contact the MMDCs to help with the registration of the numbers.
Mr. Speaker, I think you cannot just flatly say a suggestion. We want the assurance of the minister to tell us if it is possible or not.
So, Minister, come and tell us whether it is possible or not possible. Microphone is on.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in fact, it is in my answer that metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies will be called upon to take registry of churches within their jurisdictional areas. And I think the Honorable Deputy Minority Leader his suggestion or question, if not rhetorical, is in confirmation of the answer I gave, that the MMDAs have a role to play. And Mr. Speaker, if you go to every metropolitan, municipal, or district assembly, we have an association of churches. So, taking registry of the churches within the area, we could fall on the association of churches, and it will be easier to be done. So, Mr. Speaker, that will be done, and it is possible. I know that is what you wanted me to say, and I've said it.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the minister's response indicates a sidestep of the PNDC law for the Companies Act, under which the churches are registered now. The PNDC law, I know, is not repealed. Does it mean that the churches are in violation? Does it mean the churches are in violation of this PNDC law? And what are the sanctions?
Honourable member, I will disallow the question trying to convert the minister into a judge. Ask another question.
Mr. Speaker, I don't have any other questions.
Very well. Let's move to question number 675, standing in the name of Dr. Zaneto Ajiman Rollins. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I have a permission to ask the question on her behalf.
I'm not supposed to grant permission.
I have the authority.
Very well. If you have the authority, go ahead and ask the question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs when the Novotel market will be rebuilt.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, following the fire outbreak that ravaged the Odona market on 20th November 2020, the ministry received from the Clote Kole Municipal Assembly through the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council for consideration and onward submission to the Ministry of Finance, a proposal from BNAB Company Limited for reconstruction of the market. In our quest to create an enabling environment to facilitate trade and local economic development at the local level, the ministry aims to facilitate the development of the various markets within the MMDAs into modern markets and retail infrastructure to enhance domestic trading and revenue mobilization. In view of the above, Mr. Speaker, the proposal was forwarded to the Minister of Finance for consideration and further action. Currently, the project has been registered with the Project Identification Unit of the Ministry of Finance with Project Preparation Identification Number 222-122-0001. The Assembly, through the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council and the Ministry, is currently working with the prospective investor, and that is BNAB, supported by the Ministry of Finance and the Office of the Attorney General to complete the public-private partnership arrangement on build, operate, and transfer BOT basis. A pre-feasibility study had been carried out on the project, and the report submitted to the Ministry of Finance. Consequently, the draft BOT concessional agreement has also been reviewed and approved by the Office of the Attorney General and forwarded to the Ministry of Finance for further action. Mr. Speaker, the project duration will be 36 months, which is expected to commence immediately an approval is granted by the Ministry of Finance. The construction stage of the project will be on phase basis and will have a controlled relocation of the traders at an undeveloped part of the project site. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Any supplementary?
Mr. Speaker, I think he has satisfied all questions that I will ask again. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's move to question number 6364, standing in the name of Kwame Apia Kodia Fantiakwano.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
I have his authorization to ask.
Please ask.
So, to action the Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, the measures implemented for the final completion of the Begro Central Market.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Begro Central Market project is a two-story, 36-unit lockable unit stores awarded at a contract sum of 1,425,000 Ghana cedis and funded under the Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication Program by the then Middle Belt Development Authority. The project is being executed by Mrs. BBB Limited. Information available to me indicates that the project is at 60% completion, fiscal completion rate. Payment to date stands at 866,957 Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, the project is among the legacy projects inherited by the Minister of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, following the realignment by His Excellency the President of the Republic in January 2025. Accordingly, the Ministry has initiated the process to take nationwide inventory of all such ongoing projects for completion by various metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies. Thank you.
Any supplementary question?
Yeah. Mr. Minister, so what are the timelines for the completion of this project that's dear to the people of Begro?
Yes, Honorable Minister, any timeline?
Mr. Speaker, we have about 2,833 of such uncompleted projects. And therefore, once I said the assemblies will have to embark upon the as legacy project. And that is why in the approval of the formula, we said 20% of the DECF should be allocated for legacy project. So I may not be able to give a definite timeline on behalf of the assembly, but I think they will prioritize among the legacy projects within their jurisdictional areas and prioritize how best they can complete them. That is it. But Mr. Speaker, there is no budget in the ministry's budget for
Yes,
such
any
things.
supplementary question?
I'm grateful.
Remember, this is constituency specific, but before we move on to another question, let me crave your indulgence to announce the presence of our student visitors and other visitors in our midst. We have Kung Okukli Youth Association led by Joshua Tete, Vice Chairman. They are from Kung Kantamanso, the number 16. We also have Keys Vision Academy, led by Samuel Opong, primary head of department. They are from Trobu constituency, the number 62. Then we have Family Care School, led by Boson Sena, NCC director. They are from Efutu, the number 50. We also have Unipra South, also led by Boson Sena. They also from Efutu, they also numbered 50. Then we have Crystal Gates International School, led by Mr. N.S. Apreku, Principal Academics. They are from Adentan constituency, they numbered 66. Then we have in our midst Christine Akwete, Winifred King, Philomena Nana Ousu, Stephanie Amu, Gloria Amu. They are Ghanaian residents in Belgium, Brussels, and they are here on a visit to Parliament of Ghana. I urge all of you to have a fruitful visit to Parliament. We then move to question number 365, standing in the name of Maswell Kwame Lukuto, Member of Parliament for South Thong.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs the plans of the ministry to upgrade the assemblies which were conferred with municipal and metropolitan status in 2024, and when the legislative instrument will be passed for the assemblies to be inaugurated. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the ministry received numerous petitions between 2020 and 2024 requesting the upgrade of some districts and municipalities to municipal and metropolitan status, respectively. Following extensive consultation and technical assessment, executive approval was granted by the former president in December 2024, which was widely published. But this could not be laid in Parliament due to transitional processes and other administrative issues. Following the 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections, does the legislative instrument LIs to complete the process of upgrading these districts and municipalities as per Section 3.1 of the Local Governance Act 2016, Act 936, could not be laid in Parliament for consideration and passage. Mr. Speaker, as part of effort to assess districts to ascertain their feasibility of being upgraded as pledged in the Resetting Ghana Agenda Manifesto of the NDC government, I have constituted a committee to conduct assessment of all the previous districts and municipalities, as well as those captured in our manifesto, and to make appropriate recommendation for consideration and approval in line with the 1992 Constitution and Act 936. I wish to inform this August House that the committee started its work in December 2025, and I'm reliably informed that the report will be submitted to me by end of this month for consideration and further action in consonance with laid down procedures. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
No further questions, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Minister.
Very well. We move to question number 395, standing in the name of Daniel Dang Mahama, Member of Parliament for Talensi. You have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I rise under Order 88-3 with permission from the
I don't grant permission.
Seeking your leave. Authority. I have the authority.
Honourable Member, are you sure you have the authority of the member to ask the question on his behalf?
Yes, sir. Speaker.
Do you have authority or permission?
I have authority.
Very well. Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs when the Upper East region will receive the Toyota Hilux that were distributed to the other regions in 2024.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Office of the President, through the Office of the District Assembly's Common Fund, procured and distributed 169 Toyota Hilux Pickup vehicles for some selected metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies in September 2024 to facilitate their work at the district level. Upon my assumption of office, I requested the DACF to furnish me with a document on all the unregistered vehicles distributed to enable me to ascertain the beneficiary MMDAs and those outstanding. I'm yet to understand the criteria and the idea behind the selection of the beneficiary regions or districts around that period. But it is established that among the outstanding MMDAs are those in Volta region, Upper East region, Central region, and Western regions. Additionally, 24 out of the 29 MMDAs in the Greater Accra region also did not benefit. Mr. Speaker, currently, the Ministry has received resolution from some affected MMDAs through their respective regional deans, including the Upper East region on the subject matter. The Ministry is considering the request in collaboration with the Office of the DACF and the Chief of Staff on the possible way forward. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Any supplementary question?
No supplementary question, but to thank the Minister for the answers.
I remember this constituency specific. Let's move to question number 526, standing in the name of Martin Ajay Mensah Kosa, Member of Parliament for Techiman South.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Honorable Minister
whether reports on drip machines being used at Galamsey sites within some assemblies has come to his notice, and what is being done to ensure accountability in the use of these equipment within the assemblies. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as you may be aware, the Minister of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs was not involved in the procurement of the heavy-duty earth-moving equipment meant under the District Road Improvement Project, DRIP. For the records, the said equipment was procured by the Office of the President, Jubilee House, Accra, in a contract signed by the then Chief of Staff with funding from the District Assembly Common Fund. The Ministry of Local Government only facilitated and participated in the commissioning of the equipment by His Excellency the former President on Wednesday, 31st July 2024 at the Independence Square. On man assumption of office and subsequent realignment of the operations of the DRIP, the original scope of the project was expanded, which repositioned the Secretariat under the Ministry of Roads and Highways to be funded by the Road Maintenance Trust Fund, instead of the District Assembly Common Fund, as was originally designed. Mr. Speaker, this new arrangement redirected all reports on the operations of the project at the Metropolitan, Municipal, and District Assemblies and the Regional Coordinating Councils to the Office of the National Coordinator of DRIP, without recourse to the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy, and Religious Affairs. On the basis of the above development, I am not reliably informed and cannot attest to the allegation being made by my respected honorable colleague. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Yes, any supplementary?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given that the realignment program that the minister talks about has now positioned it under the Roads Ministry, I'm sure the minister may not be ready to take it now. So I would refile it so I can do the subsequent questions, Mr. Speaker.
Very well. Question numbered 436, standing in the name of Duke Williams, Ellen Kwame, Amokwata Oforiata.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs what steps are being implemented to ensure the timely completion of the 618 infrastructure projects and 60 markets under the Gulf of Guinea Social Cohesion SOCO project.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, following the insertion of the 2024 implementation cycle of SOCO project, progress has been steady. However, progress slowed in June 2025 due to funding constraints. Despite these challenges, I'm pleased to report that 298 out of the 680 infrastructure projects and 28 out of the 60 market facilitated have been completed. The remaining projects are at advanced stages of completion. Mr. Speaker, to ensure the timely delivery of all remaining sub-projects, the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs has instituted the following measures. 1, intensified monitoring and evaluation. Tracking mechanisms have been intensified to monitor progress across all districts. These systems help to identify delays and bottlenecks early, allowing for swift corrective action. 2, accelerated financial disbursement to MMDEs. the ministry disbursed 143 million to all 48 metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies on 25th March 2025, and an additional 29,949,000 to 25 MMDAs on 9th September 2025 to service interim payment certificates and facilitate ongoing works. 3, stakeholder engagement and assurance. The ministry actively engaged contractors and supervisors from all project zones on 5th and 6th August 2025 to assure them of the reliability of payment and the ministry's commitment to timely project delivery. This